Hi, Livy girls. Hi, Girls Guide. I am in wet hair, so you'll have to forgive me because I have a house full of college kids who are home for fall break. And I went to sleep at around 11:30 and I woke up at 2:30 and they were still going strong. So I don't have the heart to wake them up. So hi, Julie. So you'll have to bear with me because one of the girls, we have some girls and guys home from college break, and I gave the girls my hair dryer. So my hair's wet and I look like a doofus, but that's okay. It's okay. That's not why I'm here. Okay. Today, I'm sorry that I had to go early. I was supposed to go at 10, but we are surprising the kids going to Virginia Beach for the day. So we're excited. We want to get going. So thank you for indulging me. Listen, here we go. We're continuing. This is the second week in our series on becoming a listing queen. And it's all about knowing your market and the importance of knowing your market. There's 3 facets to knowing your market, and we're going to go through these. So, did you know that in a recent, hi Sue, did you know that in a recent Gallup poll, hi Faith, in a recent Gallup poll, asking people about high trust level. So the Gallup organization called people asking about who they trust. And for example, doctors came in at 98%. Where do you think, I'm going to ask this question, where do you think realtors came in? So people were called from the Gallup organization and they had mentioned 30 vocations, one of which is a realtor. What percentage of people they spoke to said that they would trust realtors? Take a guess. I'll count to 10. Beneath used car salesmen. Yes, we are beneath used car salesmen. Believe it or not, that's true. It's 20%. So that means that 80% of the people polled didn't trust realtors. And so we, in the Girls Guide to Outrageous Real Estate Success, I'm waving to somebody, I'm sitting in my neighborhood, we want to be a cut above. We want to be exceptional, okay? Because how I got to be top in my market was I did things a little better than others, right? You don't have to be significantly better, but you have to hold yourself to a level of excellence. So 87% of the people trusted their nurses, trusted nurses, 90% trusted doctors, 70% trusted pharmacists. But yeah, we were under used car salesmen, which is really amazing. All right. So in the National Association of Realtors annual survey of people who have bought or sold a house that prior year in that survey, okay? What they ask is the number one reason for making the decision to hire their listing agent. Who knows what that answer is? Anybody? I know it's early, especially if you're on the West Coast. It's trust. It was not experience. It was not years in the business. That's great news if you're a new or newer agent, right? Because if you can prove your trustworthiness, if you can prove that you are trustworthy, that you care, that you're sincere, boom, you're going to be a listing queen if you do the right thing. So it's great. All right. So as I said, today we're going to be focusing on owning your market, knowing your market. So number 1, market statistics. And I have to say, in my one-on-one coaching and my group coaching, I'm amazed at how many people, how many agents do not know how to find statistics in their market. And I'm sorry that if you're tuning in late, I'm in my car because I have some college kids home. Anyway, so I'm just sitting here in my car. Knowing your market is imperative. And the number one way to know your market is to know what's happening in your market via statistics. So I'm going to give you 3 statistics that if you don't know how to look them up or figure this out, please get with your broker or get with me. Good morning, Marianne. All right. Number 1 is your days on market. What is your market's average days on market? How long does it take from the moment you get a home listed to get it under contract on average? in your market. Then next to that, you want to know, okay, what's my market average? What's my market days on market average? How long does it take for me to get my listings under contract on average? And guess what? If you don't have any listings to speak of at this point, then look up your brokerage's statistics. Because what you're going to do, ladies, is when you go on a listing appointment, you're going to ask questions and all that. But then when it gets to the point where you're getting down to the nitty-gritty of facts and figures, you're going to present the market average days on market, and then either yours or your broker's, hoping that it's better than the market average. Okay? All right. And you want to look at the days on market a couple of different ways. You want to look at year to date. Okay? So we're sitting here in October of 2018. What has been the average days on market for this year? And then you want to look at last year, the same time period, so that you can see how it's trending. And Julie, yes, you can definitely use your previous experience in a different market to speak to, but you can't call it apples to apples because we don't know what where your previous market was in terms of stats. But you can definitely speak to your experience as a realtor as a whole. Okay. So you want to look at year to date, this year and last year, for both yourself and your market to see how it's trending. The second criteria that you want to look to in terms of market statistics is the list to sold price in your market. So if the average home is listed for X, what can the average home owner expect to get? So right now in my former market, it was about 96.5%. So if you theoretically listed a home for $100,000, you could expect to get $96,500. Hi, everyone who's joining. All right, so that is called list to sold price. And again, you want to know what your market list to sold price is and then what your list to sold price is. And you want to do that research for this year, year to date, and then for this last year, this same time frame. So from last year, January 1st, through today's date, or whatever the date is that you run the numbers, okay? So we're always looking at last year versus this year, market versus our own. And if we don't have enough or any listings to speak of, then we use our broker statistics, and we hope that our broker statistics are better than average. And if they're not, you should probably go to a different brokerage, by the way. Okay. The third item with respect to market statistics is your close rate. Close rate. And let me explain. Turn down the air conditioning. Okay. Let me explain. There are agents out there, and they may be top agents or perceived top agents in your market. And what they do is they take overpriced listings. And their listings sit and sit and sit and sit. Okay? So that is not something to be proud of, because their strategy is, I'm going to take any listing, no matter what condition it's in, which we haven't gotten to yet, which we will, no matter what price point, no matter how high it is out of the range, because I want to look like I have a ton of listings. Well, this is how you beat them, ladies. You look up the close rate, the average close rate, which is you take the number of listings that you took and the number that sold in a time period. And, all my listings closed. I never had, in the last 2 years before I left, I did not have anything fall out, meaning I closed my deals. And that was because I made a strategic decision to not take overpriced listings. No way, would never do it. And I styled the home and made it appealing. And I just became very good at convincing my homeowner to do a few things. And there's a strategy I used to do that, which I will explain another time. But you need to be a cut above. Remember how I started. You need to be exceptional. You need to be a cut above. All right. So secondly, to know your market is to know your neighborhoods. You need to know your neighborhoods, ladies. Again, when I have one-on-one clients or in group coaching and I ask people, what are your prime neighborhoods? And they have no idea. Or they can name the neighborhood, but they don't know what the HOA is. They don't know what's included. They don't know the amenities of the neighborhood. You don't know whether it has sidewalks or not. You don't know, the different styles of homes. Ladies, if you want to be a top agent and you want to be a listing queen, you need to know more than the average agent. So I have a neighborhood form that I would love to give to you. Just private message me. Do not put your email here. Just private message me, okay? If you put your email here, I won't send it to you, okay? You got to listen. Private message me, and I will be happy to get you the neighborhood form. But you need to choose 2 neighborhoods. My suggestion is choose 2 neighborhoods a month, okay? And every month, you're looking at 2 different neighborhoods with these criteria. What are the amenities? Is there an HOA? Do they have sidewalks? Because some buyers will come to you and say, I want a neighborhood with sidewalks. Others will say, I don't like sidewalks, whatever. Or they might say, I like mature trees. So you'll have to identify, does it have mature trees? What are the styles of homes? Because some people will be moving from out of the area to your area and say, I want, a certain kind of home. And then you need to know where to find that certain kind of home, okay? In what neighborhoods. So, secondly, first is know your statistics. Secondly, know your neighborhoods. The third way to know your market and be so confident, ladies, right? That's what you want. You want to be extremely confident, is you got to get your tribe together. Now, when I heard that word, I really didn't like it at first, but now I'm like mad in love with it, okay? Because a tribe now, I kind of put together. Thank you, Anna. Anna sent me a message already. Okay. I picture people locking arm in arm, and these are my tribe. These are my peeps. These are the people that I give referrals to easily. I want to give them referrals, and guess what? They're going to end up giving you referrals too. All right. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about lenders. I'm talking about painters. I'm talking about contractors. I'm talking about stagers and stylers and closing companies, attorneys, home inspectors, movers, landscapers. Think about anything that someone might need to be moving or to put their house on the market. And by the way, ladies, I hear a lot of fear from you, and it really saddens my heart deeply. Fear in, I have to recommend at least 2 lenders, because if I don't recommend 2 lenders, I'm going to be in trouble. And all these like demands. Look, this is your business. And I did have 2 lenders. I actually had 4 lenders, and I'm going to explain, because it's very important that you also have 4 lenders. But I don't want you to feel like you have to give at least 2 lenders to every person. People that want to buy a house, and I know I'm talking about listings, but still, I have to share this. People that want to buy a house, they're overwhelmed, just like listers or sellers are. So just be careful. Don't confuse them further. Anyway, here's why you need 4 lenders. I was a Zillow agent, okay? I believe in Zillow 100%. But I would have 2 lenders sharing the cost of my Zillow. So that's why every other buyer I got, I would give to one, and then I would give to the other, okay? And I just went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, but what about when you have amazing buyers that credit stinks, okay? You need what did I call it here? A bad credit specialist. You need, there are lenders out there who specialize in helping people with bad credit. So you need one of those in your tribe. And lastly, you need a banker lender in your tribe. And the reason you need a banker lender in your tribe, ladies, is because sometimes, a buyer will be credit worthy, but for whatever reason, with the tight constraints and restraints of a mortgage company, with governmental, constraints and restraints, then a banker who's a lender will have more opportunities for that person, because they're not bound by the governmental restrictions, and they keep the loan in-house. So an example would be a doctor, okay? So just got out of law school. They just got out of med school, and they're just starting, and they're going to make $250,000 a year, which is fantastic. But they have $100,000 in debt from going to med school, so their numbers are out of whack. Well, guess what? Most bankers will give them the best rate in spite of their debt to income ratio. Okay, and so that's why you need 2 regular mortgage lenders, so you can go back and forth and ask them to pay some of your Zillow or some of your advertising. Okay, and then a bad credit specialist lender, and then your banker. Okay, so what did we cover today, ladies? Whoops, sorry, I just dropped my forms. Okay, so what did we cover? Because it's early and I kind of slept in today. All right, so what we covered was that in order to be a listing queen, you need to know your market. And when you know your market, that will enable you to have more confidence and be less salesy and more just really about helping your client, which builds their trust level. And according to the National Association of Realtors, people decide on a listing agent based on the level of trust. Yay! Okay, so one way to do all of that is to know your market. We do that 3 ways. Number 1, knowing your market statistics. What is the market days on market versus yours or your brokers? What is the list to sold price statistic in the market versus yours or your brokers? What is the close rate? Remember, this is how you compete against the supposed top agents in the market that are racking up listings, but they're not selling, okay? Number 2, know your neighborhoods. Know them inside and out. I would choose 2 a month. And if you want my neighborhood form, just send me a private message. A few of you have already done that. So congratulations on that. I greatly admire and respect people who are quick action takers. Number 3, get your tribe together. Get your tribe together. Give referrals, ladies, because I guarantee you, if you give referrals, you will get them back from all these people, everybody in your tribe. It's going to be amazing. That's how I became a top agent in my market before I sold my company to invest in you as a full-time coach and trainer. So I hope this has helped. Next Friday, we'll go back to the 10 a.m. time frame. Thanks for accommodating my little switch here. And we're going to talk about the winning touch plan. Many of my one-on-one clients and my group coaching clients say, I don't know how to manage my follow-ups. So I came up with a touch plan that works. So I will be sharing that. So I wish you all a great Friday. Make it a great Friday. We get to do real estate, ladies. We don't have to. We get to. Keep the right attitude. And I'll see you here next Friday. Thanks. Bye-bye.